Greetings everyone, this is Manisha. I welcome you all in my 12th video of Introduction to Programming Language C. In our previous video, we have done if-else statement. If you have not seen that video, in the description section of this video, I have given the link of all the previous videos. Before starting today's video, I would like to request you all, please subscribe my channel, like the videos and share the videos with your friends. Also, click the bell icon for the notifications. Let's start today's topic. Today's topic is switch case statement. Switch case is a control statement. It's a decision-making statement, right? In which, depending on the value of one expression, out of multiple cases, one case will be executing, right? Let's see how it works. Switch is a keyword. Within the brackets we give expression, or it can be a single variable also, right? Within the curly brackets we'll write the body of switch. The body of switch is a special form. In a special format it is written, that is, case is a keyword. After that a constant value is written. This constant value is compared with the value of expression, right? Equality of constant value and expression is checked. If these two are equal, then the statement set, whatever statements you have written with this particular case, those statements will be executing, right? At the end of each case, we need to write break, right? This break statement is very important here. If we do not mention or we do not give this break statement at the end of each case, then all the cases will be executed, right? This break statements function is to bring send the control out of this segment, right? That control of flow of your program will be sent out of the segment, right? There is no limit of how many cases you can write. You can have n number of cases. Case as a keyword, a constant value and colon. After that, the statements that you need to run with that particular case. At the end of each case statement, we need to write break. At the last, we will be making a default case. In case none of the constant value matches with your expression value, in that case, default case will be executing, right? So default again is a keyword here, and the statement set, whatever statement should be executing if none of the case value matches with expression. Okay, so this is how it works. With a switch case statement, we are also going to learn break. The function of break I have just explained. With the help of the program, you will learn it more clearly. And then go to statement we are going to do today. These two statements are also control statements, but these are non-conditional control statements, right? So today's programs will be simple calculator, in which we are going to see addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now out of these four functions, we are going to select one function depending on the input of our the user, right? Second is if the input character is a vowel or a constant. These two programs we will see today how these two programs will work with the help of switch case statement. Let's have a look at this program. This program we have done in our previous video. This program is to input week number and print the weekday. Now with the help of if-else statement we have done this program. I would like to show you how can we use switch case to simplify our work, and how effectively this program can run in switch case also, right? Here in this program we have used nested if-else, and multiple nesting of if-else was done, right? I'm just showing you this program. This is how this program was written. Now I'm going to show you how this program can be written with the help of switch case. This is how this program can be written with the help of switch case. Here again I have taken one integer that integer have been scanned, right? Depending on the integer's value, case will run. Now if the value of your integer is 1, then case 1 will execute. 1 is a constant here, and the value of a will be scanned. So 1 will be matched, or you can say will be compared with the case value, right? So here it is going to be compared with case value 1 is equal to 1. That means case 1 will execute, right? If it is 2, then case 2 will execute. If it is 3, then case 3 will execute. Now here you will notice that after each printf statement, here I have given break. Now within these cases I had only one statement to execute, right? If you have multiple statements, then write all the statements first and then break statement will come. So break statement will be last statement in any case, right? This is how it will be written, and at the end a default case if the value of a is not given from 1 to 7. If we enter some other integer value, in that case default case will be executed, right? So let's see how it works. First of all, we are running the program. Let's see how the output comes. The output will be exactly same as it was in the with the if-else statement, right? This is how the output will be. Okay, if we run it once again, suppose this time we give 8, right? This is out of the range. In this case, default case will be executed, right? Okay, now let's see how it works step by step, right? So clear screen, printf, scanf, a number can be given, suppose 5 we give, right? Now switch case a, the value of a is 5 here, so in this case it will switch, it will jump to case 5. Case 5 will be executing, that is printf statement, and because of break statement it will come out of the segment of switch, right? Now this is how you will have your output, okay, and program terminates, right? This is simpler to write and to understand also in comparison to if else. Now I just want to show you what will happen if break statement is not given, right? So I'm going to make all the break statements as comments. Right? Let's run it and see what happens. Now suppose the value given here is 4, right? So in this case what will happen, your control will jump to case number 4 and all the cases after case 4 will execute. See, case number 4 is Thursday, and after that all the cases have been executed. So that is why break statement is very, very important. If you do not give break statement, so whatever case is about to execute, right? Like just now we have seen example, if we give case number 5, right? If the value is given 4, then after case 4 all the cases have been executed, right? So that is why break statement is important, so that once your case is complete, then it should come out of the switch segment, right? So this is how it works, right? I hope you have understood the use of switch case statement. Let's see the next program, that the basic calculator, how to make a basic calculator with the help of switch case statement. Let's have a look at this program. This program is a simple and basic arithmetic calculator, right? In this program I have taken 3 integers, and this program is a menu driven program. Why menu driven program? I'll explain you just now. Here I have scanned two integers a and b, in which I have asked the user to input the values on which the operation should be performed, right? Then I have made a menu for my user, that is enter 1 for addition, enter 2 for subtraction, enter 3 for multiplication, and enter 4 for division, right? After that I'm asking user enter your choice, which operation user want to execute, right? Then switch, and here ch have been given in which the choice of user was entered. Now depending on user's choice, out of these one of the case will execute. If user gives some wrong input, then default case will execute, right? Let's see how it works. Now suppose numbers given are 50 and 10, right? Now user have to choose one of these. Suppose user chooses 3, that is multiplication, so multiplication 500, right? This is how it works. Let's see step by step how it's going to work, right? Clear screen, printf, enter two numbers on which the operation should be executing. So suppose I give 20 and 20, right? Now printf, enter 1 for addition, enter 2 for subtraction, enter 3 for multiplication, enter 4 for division. This menu will be displayed on the user screen, right? Now enter your choice, right? Scanf, what operation do we want to perform on this? Suppose I say 2 second, that is subtraction, right? So switch, ch is holding 2, so which case will execute? Case number 2, right? Which says subtraction, and break, it comes out of the switch case and subtraction is 0, right? This is how it's going to work. Okay, let's see one more time. Two numbers have been input, right? Suppose 50 and 20. Okay, menu, then choice. Now suppose here I give a wrong choice, 6, right? Now default case will execute and program terminates here. Now suppose if we want that if user gives a wrong input as a choice, right? If user gives a wrong input in the choice, then it should ask again, right? Program should not terminate over there. It should ask once again to enter the choice, the right choice, right? So for that we can use goto statement. To use goto statement we need to create a tag, right? Tag can be created at such a point where you want your control should come back and start executing again, right? Suppose in this case I want that the menu should be displayed again in front of the user, right? So I will make a tag over here. How to make a tag? You can give any word, right? Suppose I say tag 1 and instead of semicolon put colons. This is how you can make a tag, right? This is a returning point for my program. Now from where to come back? For where to come back, for that we will use goto statement, and we want that if user enters a wrong choice, the menu should be displayed again and the choice should be asked once again. So if wrong choice have been entered, then default case will be executing, right? So we can write here go to tag 1. That means wherever this tag 1 have been created, go to that place and start executing the program once again. Let's see how it works, right? Suppose numbers enter are 50 and 10, right? Now give your choice. Suppose wrong choice have been entered, then again it is asking you to enter the choice. In our previous run, where we have given the wrong choice, the program was terminated. But here, one more time the menu have been displayed and choice have been asked for. Now suppose here I say 4. So division and program terminates. This is how it's going to run, and this is how you can use goto statement to make your programs work better for you. Right? I hope you have understood this program. Let's go to the next program where we wish to identify whether given input is a vowel or a consonant. Let's have a look at this program. This program is checking whether input character is a vowel or a consonant. Right? Now here we need to take a character variable because a character input we are expecting. Right? In scanf I have used %c as %c is conversion string for character. Now depending on a's value, one of the case will execute. Now here you can see a list of cases have been made. Right? If you have similar tasks to be done for multiple cases, then all those cases can be listed like this, and last case will have the task to be done or the statements to be executed. Now in this case we have only one printf statement to be executing, so we have written that it is a vowel. Right? If the value of a does not match any of the case values, in that case default case will be executing, and here I'm checking whether the given character is an alphabet or not. This concept we have done in our previous video. If you have not seen that video, you can go to the description section of this video and you'll find all the links to my previous videos. Right? So here I'm checking whether this is an alphabet or not. Right? If it is vowel, then one of the cases will be executing. In that case default case will not execute. Right? If it is not a vowel, then only default case will be executing, and in the default case I'm checking whether it is an alphabet or not. Right? If it is an alphabet, in that case only it is a consonant, else it is not an alphabet. Right? So this is how we have made this program. Let's see how it works. Right? Suppose input is given a, it is a vowel. Right? Let's run once again. Suppose input is given o, again it is a vowel. Right? Let's run again. This time suppose input given is g, it is a consonant. Right? Let's run it once again. Suppose this time I give 5. Right? It is not an alphabet. This is how it's going to run. Let's see step by step once again how it is working. So clear screen, printf, scanf. Right? Suppose character given is u. Right? It was given u, so that is why it is a vowel. Break and program terminates. Okay? Once again. Now suppose entered value here is g. In this case none of the case values matching with the variable's value, so that is why default case will execute. Here it will check whether the given value is an alphabet or not. If it is an alphabet, it is alphabet, then it is a consonant. Otherwise in other cases, let's run it one more time. Right? And let's say this time 5 is entered. Right? Default case will be executing because all the case values will not match with the value of a. Now in default case it is going to check whether the value of a is between the range of small a to z and capital A to z. If it is not, then else part will be executing. Now for our example, a is holding 5 and it is out of the range that we are checking in if segment. So here else part will be executing, and the answer you'll get is it is not an alphabet, right? I hope you have understood this concept. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.